I'm not a fan of it.
Numbers right there, best month ever, boss.
I know, but tomorrow is a new month, back to zero. And with all the nice inventory I have that you criticize me about for buying around Christmas time,
Can we just celebrate the night?
should be easier to do even better next month. April is even better, guys. But in the meanwhile, congratulations.
Great.
Good job.
Tomorrow we're
Good
losers
job.
again.
Good job.
I'll share the rest later. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're here. Keys to Success. I'm Boomer. And today we're sitting down with Ethan Carreiro. You're going to find out about him in a minute. So today's show is we're going to get into a little different, something that people normally look at as, kind of like they dread it almost, kind of a negative thing. But we're going to show you why not only it's a good thing, but how it benefits you and how you can use it to actually benefit your family long-term, short-term, and kind of go from there. And without further ado, we're going to hear about Ethan. So Ethan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Ethan Carreiro. I'm an insurance agent at Lapointe Insurance. Been growing up in Westport, born and raised there. Went to Westport High School.
All 15 of you?
All 15, yeah, all 15 of us, literally. The smallest graduating class, right? Almost there. But yeah, it was a great time. Then finished out my degree at UMass Dartmouth, and just ended up at Lapointe Insurance before I graduated. Actually, I'm actually still in school.
Really?
So finishing up my degree now, but doing insurance full time as well.
It's not easy when you're making money. I don't got time for school when I'm making money. What are you going to school for?
I'm going to school for finance. So I'm getting
Shocking.
a business degree, bachelor's, and kind of taking it from there. I mean, insurance kind of speaks for itself, kind of thing.
One would think,
you can't
right?
really get a degree in insurance. Not that I know of. I mean, if there is a way, let me know. Anybody,
Don't bring it up. The college will find a way to charge people they actually want. Don't do it. They'll find a way to rip people off and make you go into debt. Don't do it.
Right. But yeah, no, that's kind of me in a nutshell. Thanks for having me on too. We've known each other for a while, and it was great to finally pull this together.
No, absolutely. And as you can see, it gets very hectic very quickly. Right? I'm
my style.
That's my style. That's what we do. Welcome to live TV. This is what it is. Okay, there's no editing here. We don't edit anything. You get what we get. And if you don't like it, just keep scrolling. So I know when I met you, I was going to look for Steve. One of his many disappearing act times, when I walked in and like, where is he? Well, this time he's in Rome. And then a week later, this time he's in the ICU. So it's really like up and down.
Yep.
Really, you never know what you're going to get when you try to find him. Yeah. It's like, where's Waldo? But like, he just disappears.
Yeah. And
so,
Steve, just for everybody, Steve was my past boss, still one of my really, really great friends at a nutrition shop.
He's everybody's great friend. I don't think I've never met anybody that could say a bad thing about him. It's just one of those people. I'm friends with everybody. He should be the mayor. Like, let's be real. Like, we got a ceremonial mayor anyway. He might as well just be it. Like, let's just do it. So, I agree with that. So, I mean, you were working at the nutrition store, just meet and greeting, making shakes.
That's kind of it.
Yep.
That was kind of it. I walked when I first got it. I kind of walked in, and was like, "Hey, do you need any help?" And he was like, "Yeah." Who are you?
He always needs
I was like, "Oh, I'm Ethan." Blah, 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 whatever. Just started to get to really know him, and then kind of took off from there. One thing led to another, where it kind of trained me just to be able to talk to people. Yeah. Anybody who came in, was always a conversation, no matter what it was about. If the sky was blue, I'm going to talk about how the sky's blue.
It's customer service.
Why was it? Yeah,
That's it.
exactly.
Customer service,
And
just being polite,
yeah,
getting to know people, networking.
yeah, networking was huge there.
Yeah.
To kind of know different people. Oh, you know this one? Who knows this one? Oh, they do this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wicked cool. How did they do that?
It's funny when they walk in, like
You have no idea.
everybody looks like average Joe.
You have no idea.
Even Uncle Joe.
Literally,
So
even Uncle Joe.
everybody looks like average Joe, right? But and that's the thing, and then I try to teach that to my kid. Like, you never know who you're talking to. You never know who you're going to meet.
No.
Treat everybody with respect.
Never.
You have no idea who they are, and I don't care. It's one of those lessons. You treat the janitor the same way you treat the CEO. Treat everybody the same way, and you'll always be respected that way.
Yeah.
And if people don't like the way you're treating them, maybe they just got to the stick somewhere else.
It's-
But at the end of the day, you're doing the right thing, trying to treat everybody the same, and you'd be amazed the networking that comes out of that.
Yeah.
All in one meeting. Say, hey,
Yeah.
I like that kid. That kid's got a great personality. Or that girl's got a great personality.
Yeah.
And it's just skills that you pick up.
Yeah, it's not only that. That goes back to like the best advice that I've gotten. That's when I started at Lapointe.
Yeah.
Was when my boss came up to me and goes, just be yourself. No matter where you are, just be yourself. Just do you.
Yeah.
And you look at it and you're like, from a business perspective, where you're selling insurance is what it really comes down to, in all honesty. And you're like, how
Are you selling yourself?
Yeah. That's what it is. And then you start thinking like, why don't I just be myself and just do what I like to do? And then ever since from there on, just be yourself with everybody, and whatever clicks. Yeah.
Be authentic. For somebody who's been in sales a very long time, and you can see I do everything. You see it. Like, I'm on there. I'm always doing something, selling something, working for something.
You're here.
I
there,
have a hustle,
everywhere.
and that's what I'm gonna do. I enjoy sales. I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy that hustle. I enjoy that, like, why me over this person kind of thing. But at the same time, if you're just yourself, that's it. It's insurance. If you walk down this street, there's probably 14 insurance companies on this whole street.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real.
They
can get insurance anywhere.
Yeah. Or not just pick up your phone and call Geico.
Just exactly.
Or go online
anywhere.
with the Geico.
Yep, anywhere. Like you type insurance in. I said insurance, so now it's gonna be on my social media for a week, right?
Exactly.
Now I'm gonna get all these emails and phone calls and scam likelies. But that's that's what's gonna happen.
Like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm gonna answer it because I love to have fun with those people.
Yeah, you answer everybody anyway.
Yeah, I do. I try to anyway.
Yeah.
If I ignore you, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because I'm busy trying to help somebody else. I'll get to you.
Yeah.
But for the most part, insurance is a dime a dozen, like anything else. And when you are talking to people, you really are selling you, like that they can trust you. They feel that you're looking out for them. So his statement is true. I agree. That is great advice.
Yeah.
If you were to talk to a kid right out of high school, senior in high school, trying to figure out if they want to go to college, if they want to just go to work, or they don't know what they want to do yet. It happens. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I was in high school.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a fighter pilot, but back then I wore glasses and they told me I couldn't fly. I can't fly. What the hell I want to join the Air Force? For? Paint lines on the runway. So it wasn't a thing for me. I wanted to fly fighter jets. I wanted to be Top Gun. I wanted to be that guy.
Yeah.
I know it's a Navy movie. I got it. But at the end of the day, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And they're like, you can't fly. You wear glasses. The hell kind of you can't
what is that?
discriminate. What?
Yeah, exactly.
But they did. And apparently you can. But apparently going Mach 5, your glasses tend to fall off your face. so I can understand.
That only happened to you. That would only happen to you.
It kind of makes sense. I listen. I went to air assault school, and my glasses got sucked off my face, up through the helicopter, and landed in the canal in the Cape.
Did you go get it?
No, they're gone, man. You're not finding those. 200 feet in the air. You're not finding anything. So couldn't see anything. I call home. I'm like, listen, you have to go to the eye doctor and get me another pair of glasses right now. And bring me a pair of glasses by tonight. I can't. You are going to do that because I can't see. I can't pass the test. I can't do anything. Right? I can't do anything.
Yeah.
So right then and there was the moment I decided I'm getting LASIK surgery. Absolutely. I'm never dealing with glasses ever again.
Yeah.
I won't. Like, I wear sunglasses. That's about it. But that's just because I try to find the most hideous looking sunglasses I can find. And I wear those. I think they're right. Actually, I got some right there.
Oh, there you go.
So, they're looking at Courtney.
Nice bright blue. Yeah. Fit you.
Oh, I got all different. Oh, yeah,
I believe you.
I got
you.
orange, yellow, pink, green. I don't care.
I think the first time I saw you were wearing white sunglasses.
Yeah, sounds about right.
In all honesty.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably.
sounds about
Probably.
right. Because nobody else will. Like, I hate looking like everybody else. I don't want to get the same crap.
Being different. It's being
That's it.
different.
So, what advice would you give them or your younger self right now?
Yeah.
That's aside from what he gave you. What advice would you give?
Soak up everything around you. Some stuff that you don't know will affect you 3 years from now. Even I honestly didn't even know. I didn't even think I was ever going to be in insurance. Never crossed my mind in a million years.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, I just got roped in. And till this day, I still don't really know, like, how did I get here type of thing. But then looking back on my track, it's like, wow, it was kind of just always in my peripheral vision. And it's just, I soaked it in and how it was. And I didn't shut off the idea completely. I was open to trying everything.
Yeah.
And this just happened to click.
For me, insurance was always that, I got to pay car insurance. I got to pay this insurance. I need insurance for insurance. Like, what the hell? Home insurance. Now I need flood insurance. Flood insurance? Well, there used to be a river there. What do you mean? There used to be.
Yeah.
The river's not there anymore. It can't flood if it ain't there.
Yeah.
You know? So when I looked at insurance for a long time, it was like a dread.
Right.
You know? Like, I hate paying this bill. I'm paying you for just in case shit happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but if it doesn't happen, shouldn't I get my money back? Like,
Yeah. But what
You
if
know?
it does happen?
well, if it does happen, great. Then
Then you're like-
then I earned it. Then I paid for it. It's great.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, I get it. And unfortunately, it's just it was ignorance, really.
Yeah.
You know, you don't really understand what it covers, what actually entails, what goes
Yeah.
into it. For me, the big thing was, life insurances and stuff like that.
Yep.
And the more I started to learn and get into investing, which, I'll try to pick your brain about and, have other guests on because
Yeah.
that's what I do. I love to invest. I love to find other ways.
Yeah.
So we'll talk a little bit about that. I don't want you to go too crazy into depth. Depth, I should say.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I do want the people to have an idea that you can really use insurance for a lot of different reasons. You can really get ahead in life through certain insurances. And honestly, at the end of the day, protect your family and your stuff because somebody will always look for an easy way to take what's yours.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way. I mean, bad things happen, fires happen, loss happens. But at the end of the day, you want to protect yourself and your family. You worked hard for your stuff. You worked hard for your living. You worked hard all your life, and then eventually that gets taken from you too. So, you want to give it back.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Okay, so that's good advice. I like it. I'm gonna have my daughter come in and talk to you because she's 20 and still not sure what she wants to do. She's in college. She's going to her senior year of college, and
But that's completely fine.
she's economics degree, business management degree. Like
Yeah.
she's like double majoring. Like she's smart kid, work ethic.
Yeah.
She comes home, she goes to work. Like during COVID, she wanted to work. She didn't want to sit home and collect unemployment.
Yeah.
She went to work. She found the job she's found a place that wasn't closed and went to work.
That's awesome.
She's got great work ethic. So
And I bet just from her stepping out there and getting out of her comfort zone, she learned so much.
Yep,
from
absolutely. Even confidence wise, because
Yeah.
she was always the quiet kind of stay in her room. Not didn't really go out to like really hang out with friends and do those things. She had a select few, and that was it. Stayed to herself. But now it's college life, and I want to live at school, and so she kind of opened right up.
That's honestly how I was.
Yeah.
When growing up, I was always a shy kid, kind of never really talked to anybody.
Yeah, me too.
Until I just started
Actually, I
to
was shy.
get comfortable in uncomfortable situations. As cliche as that sounds,
No,
you just kind of put yourself there until you're like, oh yeah,
welcome to
this is
South
not-
Main.
Yeah, literally. Story of our lives.
Yeah, somebody was jaywalking.
But yeah, you just put yourself there and get through it, and then you look back and you're like, wow, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
and
that's
that was it.
I learned a lot of that, believe it or not. Performing and doing that stuff, I could perform anywhere, but I couldn't talk to anyone, like just anyone. You know what I mean? Like you'd have to come and talk to me.
Yeah.
But performing didn't bother me. Dancing, whatever, didn't bother me.
Yeah.
When I joined the military, that's when it was like, I'm all in. Let's go. I'll try out for special force. I'll try this. I'll do anything. Send me to school. Send me to do this. Now talking in front of people, whatever. Let's go.
So
what's the worst that can happen? That's how I look at it.
Right. So you said that what was the school you
Where I lost my glasses?
Yes, fighter.
Air
Fighter.
assault school.
Air assault school.
Yeah, you're rappelling out of helicopters.
Yeah.
Rooftop raids, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Learning how to rappel, learning how to do those things. Very demanding school. Believe it or not, till this day, probably still the hardest school I've been to.
Yeah. So what was your second option other than that? Since
Oh no,
you can't
that
do
was
it.
just yeah. Well, I couldn't be a fighter pilot in the Air Force.
Yeah.
So the Army was my second option.
Got it.
But I didn't
Got
join
it.
the Army until years later, believe it or not.
No way.
Yeah, I joined the Army National Guard when I was 26 years old. I owned my own jiu-jitsu school. I did Brazilian jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai.
Nice.
I was working for a guy. He was just a shyster,
Yeah.
but I loved what I was doing. I was doing people that farm raised shellfish, believe it or not. I designed that equipment. Weird, right? You never see
Wow.
that stuff around. Something the city should really get into, to kind of clean our waters, but we won't talk about that. That's for the next show. But at the end of the day, like, I loved it. Like, I was just doing things that were just so different, underwater welding and, just crazy stuff that I learned so much about shellfish and filtration and water and how to clean it, how to, what food is good, where the best shellfish come from, from here all the way to Virginia.
Right.
The Chesapeake Bay, like, that's a big area to do shellfishing. So I learned a lot from that, but come to find out, I left for basic training and came back, and he had stolen like a bunch of money from all kinds of different customers, put in new kitchens, did all kinds of crazy stuff. Yeah. He's got like 12 bankruptcies, so he was kind of a shady person. Yeah. And unfortunately, I came home to no job. I'm like, crap, what am I going to do? Right. So I ended up finding the first job I could find when I came back, because I had sold my school. I sold my jiu-jitsu school 2 weeks before I left for basic training. So I literally had nothing when I came home. Yeah. Just my pay. That was it. And it was only 1 week in a month because it was National Guard, right? Yeah. So I went to Stop and Shop Warehouse. Awful place to work for. But I did it. And while working there, I was helping I'm talking to people. You meet a lot of people along the way. Yeah. I was going to college full time because now the National Guard was paying for it. Yeah. 100% tuition, academic fees. I got to go to college. I got to get a degree to do something because I came home and I didn't have that education, right? I didn't have anything. I had my daughter young. I went right to work. That's what I did. Yeah. So we struggled for quite a while. But I went to school. Started getting paid to go to school. But I'd meet people. My best friend Matt. I met him at Stop and Shop, and he was talking about how he had student loans and all this crazy stuff going on. He's just trying to work as much overtime as he could. And I'm like, we can pay those off, right? We can help pay those. He's like, what do you mean? And I got him to join, and then the next guy. And before you knew it, they were calling me saying, hey, how do you feel about being a recruiter? I don't know. What's being a recruiter entail? Pretty much everything you're doing, but more money. Because I didn't get paid for it, I was just helping out my recruiter, being a nice guy, who's also one of my best friends. Yeah,
but that was all in like your peripherals. Yeah, you never thought of like, oh no, I'm going to be a recruiter.
Nope, not at all. Not at all. That was never even crossed my mind. Yeah. Nope. I literally joined to pay for college. Yeah. That's it. I joined to pay for college. Yeah. And I got to shoot stuff legally. Yeah. I finally got to go shoot stuff and blow things up. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, I did. Yeah. I went for transportation. I wanted to get my CDL license. They paid for that. That's pretty much what I did. It just one thing led to another. It just turns out that I've done sales for so long between aquaculture, Cutco, Syntax. I worked for all these jobs, and it was just job to job to job. There was really no progression in that stuff. So that's why I wanted to go to college, and that's when I joined to go to college. Right. And from there, I became a recruiter, and from day one, I loved it. Yeah. Because I saw what the military did for me. So me being the homeless kid at 12 in the city, growing up in the city as a punk kid, seeing what it can do for me, I know I can help so many more kids that are just like me, that grew up here and stuff like that in the schools and stuff. And I was top recruiter my first year in, my second year, like, I took it and ran with it because these kids understood I was one of them. Yeah. I was from here. Now I'm here. Yeah. And that's what I try to do. I try to show, like, you can get here too. Just got to put in the work. Yeah. And they did it.
Then that's similar to kind of my situation here now. Like, I specialize in home insurance. Yep. So it's all of my referral partners.
Which is so different from when I met you.
Right? I know. I specialize in home insurance, and our referral partners are all mortgage lenders, realtors, closing attorneys.
My favorite people.
Literally your favorite people. There was just one on here last week that we worked with.
Yep. Attorney and mortgage lender, both of them. Yep.
Exactly. Same. Yeah. So it's pairing up with those young people too that I love to pair up with, the new ones in the industry. So I go, let's do this together. Let's build a team together.
Everybody grow together.
Let's go. Yes.
It's almost like taking care of the next one in line. What a concept, right? Yeah. When you work together, everybody's successful. Yeah. And you don't have to make $1 million off everybody you meet because you're taking care of people. Yeah. What a crazy concept.
Right.
If everybody else in business would get that option, right? Yeah. Figure that out.
Yeah. But I mean, insurance was always in my peripherals. I worked at Northeast Futsal. Yeah, Northeast Futsal Association.
Soccer.
Yeah,
get insurance from soccer.
Yeah, from soccer. So that was a company in Boston that I worked for. My boss at the time took a chance on a 16-year-old me, which wasn't too long ago.
It was like 2 weeks ago.
But
we'll get into that.
Yeah, he goes, Ethan, you want to? You're doing so much for this league that I was in. You want to take a chance, and I have this new company starting. Do you want to run it with me? I go, yeah. What does it take? I had no idea what this company was. I go, I know it's a soccer company. I love soccer. So soccer has been my life.
Typical.
Yeah, typical Portuguese kid. Yeah, exactly.
Stereotype much?
Yeah, and he goes, all right, you're going to be the admin. So you're going to be in charge of data entry for every player, every team. And then day before the tournament, we're going to do all the insurance for everybody. I was like, okay. Some of my family members do insurance, but I was like, all right, let's see what this is. I have no idea. And then I kind of just figured it out. Northeast Futsal Association, I've been with them for ever since from 2016 to 2020. We did Worlds. We did the largest single day tournament in Boston for soccer. We did a lot of stuff. It was a great atmosphere. Met so many people. I talked to people from all over the world. So the different cultures that really brought to my attention.
Soccer's crazy.
I was kind of like, wow,
worldwide crazy.
Yeah, we had
it's not like football or baseball. Like soccer is just
just
big. It's just
I remember our last big tournament that we had. He was like, "Hey Ethan, you're gonna go to the airport and pick up the coach for Australia." I was like, "Australia?" He goes, "Yeah, he coaches the men's national team. Go pick him up. He's gonna stay with us this weekend and just kind of see and run and just be here." I was like, "All right, that's awesome." And seeing him and just talking to him about like the life down in another country, how is it different? And it was crazy. It was
learned so much.
You learned so much. I feel like I was in Australia without even being in Australia.
Do you feel like when you walk around, like I walk out of here sometimes, and sometimes it's nighttime because obviously we do late shows.
Yeah.
We all work during the day.
Yeah.
And you walk out here, and it's like you just walk by somebody, like, hey, how you doing today? And they just keep walking. Like you just feel like people forget how to interact.
Yeah.
Social media, COVID, all of it. Like everybody forgot how to interact, and it's like, how's your day? Here, let me get that for you. Kind of, let me open the door for you.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things. Like when you do things like that, and you meet new people, and you get to talk to them, and you miss out on so much information and so much knowledge just by talking to other people. We're in Fall River, and most of these people that are in Fall River never leave.
Yeah.
Well, they're probably going to have to now because market rate housing. But other than that, they've never really gone anywhere, so they think they know everything.
Yeah.
But it's like, talk to other people, learn something.
Yeah.
Ask somebody a question, somebody random.
Yeah.
Ask them a question.
Yeah.
No. Hey, what do you do? No, whatever. Just learn about other people. There's so much out there. Put your phones down. Stop walking around like this into polls.
Yeah.
Just pay attention.
Yeah. No, and that's like that networking event is huge for me. Huge.
Oh, absolutely.
That's pretty much all we do. It's 2-3 nights a week, 4 or 5 sometimes, especially in like the month of December.
Don't come near me in December.
Yeah. And
you come to my house in December, good luck getting a word in because
right.
that house is packed with 4,000 kids and all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Good
yeah,
luck.
and the first one I did when I first started out at Lapointe, I went there and I was like, I know some people, but it's like, how do I approach them?
Yeah.
How do I go, hey,
without sounding salesy, right?
Yeah, without being like, oh, can I pitch you insurance? Like, use me for insurance.
Yeah.
And then the next one I went to, and I was like, I'm just going to be me. I'm just going to be myself. And to be myself, you just talk to a bunch of people.
That's it.
Now it's kind of like, hey, what's up? What's going on? How's the kids? Hey, did you go to the Red Sox game the other day? I saw you at the Sox game.
Actually listening to people, paying attention, remembering their kids' names, remembering their situations.
Yeah.
It's important. Building that rapport and actually listening. Everybody thinks like, oh, I know how to do this, I know how to do that. And they spend so much time talking, they forget to listen to the customer.
Yes.
And I used to teach all the new recruiters that like, stop talking, stop dump trucking, we would call it. Stop just telling them everything under the sun until you get a yes. Listen to what they're looking for.
To a T.
He already told you he wants to go to college. Show him that path.
Yeah.
He told you he needs job skills to get a better job. Show him that path. Stop talking over him and just listen to their needs. Yeah. Those tangible things that you get.
Yeah.
You got to listen to that.
Exactly.
And you learn so much in that kind of business, in the customer service industry and stuff.
Exactly. You could be the smartest person in a certain area.
I'm not that person.
Oh yeah, none of us are.
That's why I try to listen more.
But if you don't know anybody, you don't know how to talk to people, or you don't remember anything other than the statistics and what's on paper, then what's the use?
Great. You have the answers when they ask you a question. But if you don't know how to talk and have conversation and get to that question, they're going to go to somebody else that they can relate to. They're going to go to somebody else they can.
Exactly.
Okay. So Northeast Futsal Association at 16.
Yep.
Ultimate Nutrition.
Yep.
Figure you're what, 20?
I was just helping Steve out.
Just helping him out.
Yeah, here and there.
Some networking skills.
But then I also was at Northwestern Mutual when I was there.
Okay,
That's
yep.
when I met
That's
you.
how-
Kind
yeah.
of. There was the transition.
Yeah, that's
of
when you were just kind of learning and just starting out.
Yep.
And yeah.
doing life insurance before I switched over into the home insurance side.
Life insurance. Pay attention to that.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some. We're gonna have some big shows on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And if you don't figure it out by then, you want to stay ignorant. I don't know what to tell you. But at the end of the day, life insurance is key. I suggest you all stop paying attention.
Yeah.
So, how old are you now?
22.
22 years old. I don't want to get too personal as far as what you made last year, kind of things like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Stay away from that.
yeah, of course. But yeah, we don't want the IRS now.
Yeah.
However, if you could go back, say high school,
Yep.
what you wanted to go to school for, what you wanted to do you think what you wanted to do then is more lucrative and beneficial to your life than what you do now?
Actually, funny thing that you say that, because I went to Quinnipiac my first year.
Okay.
And I thought I was going to be a physical therapist. Yeah. So I went there. First semester, I was like, all right,
yeah,
I can do this. Second semester, that's when the PT classes start to really come up.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not what I want to do.
No.
I started seeing the tuition bill come in, and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense numbers wise. I was always a numbers. I was always a numbers guy. Yeah, you love Florida, right?
I do. I love it. But don't worry, we're only the fourth most dangerous city in the state. It's okay.
Not
We're
bad.
trying. We're working on third, but
We're
we'll
working.
see how it goes.
Yeah.
We're gonna move. We're moving up. We like to be on top.
Top three. We like to be on the podium.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely want to be at least top 3.
But yeah, no, I went to Quinnipiac, found out that just the numbers didn't work for me, what I wanted to do. So being lucrative, physical therapy, absolutely 100%. I think it's lucrative. For my situation, I don't think that was something I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Being in school for 8 years, I thought, yeah, that's great. You're going to be a doctor of physical therapy. Awesome. Here's a piece of paper. Here's your diploma. Here's your certificate that you're a doctor.
Yep.
And go figure it out, type of thing.
Yeah.
So not only that,
I put
now
doctors in. Those student loans were incredible.
yeah, yeah, and then not only that, but after you have that degree, right? Then you're essentially trying to sell yourself to a company.
Yep.
To try to have them hire you and
now
be a physical
Now it's
therapist.
a salary. Now you're on somebody
Now you're on
else's-
salary, right?
Yeah.
Now it's
you
like
kind of lose control of how much you can do.
yeah. So then I switched over, and that's when I switched over to UMass Dartmouth, started in finance, ended up at Northwestern Mutual, which was a great experience.
Yep.
To kind of learn how to cold call, learn insurance that way.
Yep.
And then from there, I was helping Steve out, meeting a ton of people that way. I would call everybody who walked in that door.
It's all that
You were one of them.
Absolutely.
And
I appreciate it because, again, I don't know what I don't know.
you never know.
Nope.
You never know. There's not a single person that reaches out to me and be like, "Hey, you want to grab coffee sometime soon?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely." You sell magazines, if you do anything, right? You have no idea who that person knows.
I sell everything. So
right?
that's what I do.
Right? You have no idea who that person knows.
Nope.
Right?
Not at all.
People who walked into the shop, right? That I just used to talk to, now connected me to mortgage lenders that I work with, realtors
Yep.
that I work with.
Yep.
That I think back sometimes and I go, I would never be in this situation if I never talked to that first person.
It all starts with just be you. Just be nice. Be polite. Talk to people.
Yeah, just be yourself.
Yeah.
Be yourself. And that's when I
I
found
try not to be myself all the time because
Yeah.
if you ask my wife, that being myself is not a good thing.
Oh, yeah, no, people.
So we try. Yeah, we
Yeah.
try not to be that
Yeah.
guy. We try
Yeah.
to be somewhat this guy.
We were just talking about cloning yourself.
Oh, that would have been so
Oh
awesome.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So awesome.
Oh yeah.
One of us would have been in prison. I just don't know which one. Definitely would have been him. 'Cause
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I definitely would have. Yeah, I definitely would have been like, nah, he did it.
You did it. Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, it was him.
Yeah.
So you're this young. You're still in college.
Yes.
You're still doing this well.
Yep.
Still taking care of people. You're doing great. So for me, I look at that as why aren't we teaching kids about this kind of stuff? Why aren't we explaining to kids much earlier in life that, hey, this is a field. This is what you can do. You know, I love Diamond. I love the trade schools. I went to Durfee. I loved Durfee then, but we didn't really get anything. Back then when I was there, we had economics class. So at least he taught us a little bit about money and the market. But now that's not even, something that they do. But these are real life things. Insurance itself is real life, insurance, taxes, those kind of things. Like, I feel this is something that we should still be teaching to the younger generation and get in. And you'd be amazed how many kids can come out and be like, I don't care what you do in life. You need insurance for it.
Yeah.
I own a business. We
we need insurance.
Some way, somehow, you need it.
I need a better deal, by the way. Just
Yeah,
so
I got
we're
you.
gonna discuss that. You know, I need health insurance. My kids need health insurance.
Yeah.
I need homeowners insurance. I have car insurance. You know, I have cell phone insurance. I mean, Jesus.
There's everything. You can get insurance on everything.
I cancel that. Rather, it doesn't pay for anything.
No, it
So,
doesn't. No.
Yeah, I don't get cell phone insurance.
Watch what?
That's a ripoff. Don't do that. But at the end of the day, don't let them sell it to you. No, but at the end of the day, like, you need insurance for anything.
Yeah.
And what I also saw that when I started researching life insurances and those things, which we discussed, back in your other job,
Yep.
like where I set up my family to an extent, and I
Yeah.
thought I did everything great. Come to find out, I can do even more.
Yeah.
Which, again, we're going to force you to do.
Yeah.
And talk about a little bit.
Yeah.
But, I learned about insurance so much. And what I saw is the investment side of that, insurance didn't really lose money during recessions and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Insurance is one of those things that it's always going to be. I can't see it declining. I can't see it failing.
Yeah.
I've never seen an insurance company really go out of business.
Yeah.
I see more and more popping up, which crazy, but I guess it floods the market a little bit, but at the end of the day, everybody needs it. And the options are there. So that looks to me like a safe place to pay attention to and put money into.
Yes.
To me, insurance is definitely one of those things.
Yeah. I mean, you look at talking about like even homeowners insurance, right? I'll start with that, and then I'll go into the life insurance, kind of where I started.
Yep.
We tailor around first-time home buyers.
Come back to.
Yeah, right. I know that was coming anyways. We tailor around first-time home buyers, right?
Yep.
How many times when you first bought your home, did you know anything that was coming on?
Yeah.
Property taxes,
Absolutely not.
the PMI, the everything that's coming out.
But I didn't have to worry about the PMI portion because I had VA.
Yeah.
So I was okay there. And when they were explaining it to me, I didn't really pay attention because it didn't apply to me.
Exactly.
But I did learn about PMI after the fact.
Yeah.
And during real estate school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So for me, I didn't care so much about it.
Yeah.
But after learning about it, it's like, it's just taking more money. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I'm paying you more money so I can pay less on the money I'm already borrowing from you to pay anyway.
Yeah.
Like, it's crap.
Right. And then like you just don't know though.
Yeah, no,
We just-
absolutely.
We were never
Absolutely.
taught this
No,
Until
they don't
it
teach
kinda-
you anything.
until it gets in front of your face and you're like, this is what I have to pay homeowners insurance.
Yeah.
I've completely forgot about this. I have to pay property taxes. Well, everybody kind of knows property taxes.
We know property taxes in Fall River.
But
Let
when,
me tell
but-
you,
oh, yeah.
we know our property taxes very well.
but when you get when I have clients call me like, hey, do you guys do mortgage insurance or title insurance? And I go, oh no, like we just do the homeowners insurance.
Yeah.
You have to reach out to your mortgage lender or your
Yeah.
your closing attorney to get those other pieces.
Walsh Title and Closing.
Right.
David Pereira, Choice City Mortgage.
Yep.
Just saying. I know.
There you go. We work with
I
them.
I know a few great guys that you can call for all those names.
But yeah, no, you look at that and you're like, wow, nobody really knew about any other process that nobody was taught this.
Yeah.
This wasn't a class that you had to teach.
Of course not.
Same thing going into life insurance, right?
Yeah.
Everybody thinks like, oh, it's life insurance. Oh, let me just pay something for when I
Just in
die.
case.
When I die,
Yeah.
my family can get X amount of money, right?
Yeah. That's how I always saw it.
Yeah. You buy a home, you want to cover your mortgage. Yes, absolutely. Because if it's a mortgage payment.
Yeah.
And if you think that your significant other or whoever, you don't want to give them that debt of like, oh man.
Yeah. And you don't want your family to lose everything in the event something happens.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. So that's called term insurance. Term is just kind of covering that. That's relatively cheap. And then you have whole life insurance
Yeah.
on the other side, which is something that I looked at on myself. I was like, wow, this is something different. This is something that I had no idea I knew about.
Mm-hmm.
Whole life insurance, what it is you have a cash value at the end of X amount of years.
Yep.
Right. It all varies depending on the situations.
Yep.
But that cash value fights against the inflation rate. It's not tied to the market.
Yep.
So it goes up based on compound interest.
Correct.
And over time,
So every 7 years or so,
it's just
doubling,
it'll
essentially.
double. And all of a
Good luck in
sudden,
that bank account of yours.
yeah, and all of a sudden, by the time you're 65 and you started this at 21, 22 years old,
Yeah.
you look at it and you're like, wow, there's only $100 a month.
Even
And
30.
even 30 bucks a month.
30 for 30 years.
Yeah.
30 to 60, 30 to 65, 30,
Yeah.
35 years is not.
Yeah.
It's not too late to start at 40,
Exactly.
50. Like
Exactly.
it depends on really what you want out of it.
Exactly. Like, wouldn't you like when you're 65 years old, you're like, oh, I want to go down to Florida. I want to go somewhere warm. Right. And just be like, I want to buy that house, but I don't want a mortgage payment. I want to buy it in cash.
Yep.
I have a life insurance policy. I have cash value that I can borrow against myself.
and we're going to tell everybody that it's not taxable.
Yes. That's the other.
You don't pay taxes to borrow against your life insurance.
Yes.
If you borrow against your 401ks, your retirement plans, you get hit with tax, you get hit with fees, you get hit with all kinds of charges. By the time you're all said and done, you lost money borrowing your own money. You paid them to let you use your money. Life insurance doesn't work that way. Whether it's, what is it, index, whatever,
There's
whole
so
life.
many.
There's so many different ones, and I suggest you research them and look into them. Actually, I suggest you call somebody and really get the insight and let them break down the numbers for you. Let them over at Lapointe show you how this can work for you. I currently myself have several life insurance policies. I don't want to say how many because then I'm going to go
Yeah,
home
you were
and have an
you were a
accident.
little overkill.
Yeah.
In all honesty, when I saw, I was like, Boomer.
I raised 6
You
kids,
got-
man. I'm
you
never
got-
overkill.
You got a life insurance on a life insurance on a life insurance.
I do. But when I retire in 6 years,
You're good.
I don't have to work anymore.
Exactly.
And that's my plan. And that's what I want to teach people. That's what I want people to understand is it's not just about covering, CYA, covering your ass here. It's about making a better life for your family and better choices.
Yeah.
When you look at the Rockefellers, you look at Walt Disney, you look at founder McDonald's, they did this.
Yeah.
They saved a lot of things through life insurance.
Yes.
The wealthy use their life insurance. The government can't tax it. You're not paying interest on it. The interest rates in the life insurance through the index is usually 2 to 16%. Like it's insane on average. But even then, it never lost money.
Yes.
You go back 40, 50 years, it's never lost money.
Well, because it's not tied to the
It
market.
might be stagnant during those breaks, but it's never lost money like the banks do.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It doesn't.
'cause
It's not
it's
tied to interest rates. It's not
Yes.
tied. Banks giving you 0.062%.
Yep.
My life insurance is at 4.4%. 2 of them, anyway. The other ones I didn't look at yet for the year, but I will. One of them I was told was over 6%.
Yeah. And
Over 6%? It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Why keep your money in the bank?
Yeah, because it's just, or even look, not
Be
even keeping
the
your,
bank.
Yeah, be the bank.
Correct.
And then
Be your own
you
bank.
can
That's what I
use
try to
that
tell people.
to buy investment properties.
Correct.
Go if mortgage Dave Pereira, for example, right? There's
Yeah.
tons of mortgage lenders that we all work with that they're like, oh, they're buying an investment property. Not them,
Although I'm
but
pretty
their
sure he'll be
clients.
the only one I ever work with.
Yeah,
again,
right.
just because, he's 100% upfront, honest, no bull. So I as much as I have other friends that are mortgage lenders, I personally will always go to Dave just because of that person-to-person care.
Yeah.
So that's just one of those things.
Yeah, and there's different strategies that you can use with your cash value life insurance, whole
Absolutely.
life insurance, to buy investment properties. To buy I want some passive income. So when I'm 45 years old, I don't have to work as much. Yes, I maybe I want to work part-time.
Yeah.
And just kind of relax, do my own thing, fly down to Florida, sit on a beach all winter, and then come back and exactly you. Me too.
Maybe Montana, maybe Vegas, maybe a few other places, but I will be near the ocean somewhere as well.
Yeah, it's taking advantage of what's in front of you, not just kind of
Correct.
going by the book and just saying like, oh yeah, this is what we need to do.
Yep.
Let me just save all your money in a bank and get a quarter of a percent of interest rate, where it's
If
like,
that.
if that, when that's my change at Dunkin' Donuts. type
Yeah,
of thing
exactly.
per month.
Exactly.
And there's so many other ways, and that's why like even talking to a financial advisor, huge.
Yeah.
Just be like, oh wow, this is what I have. This is how I'm going to pay off my student loans.
I try to tell people, and when you talk to people, they just look at you like, life insurance? Oh, I don't have money for life insurance. I don't have an extra $250 a month to spend on that. And come to find out, you're drinking $400 or $500 in Starbucks every month. You have the money. Starbucks isn't going to invest in your future. Starbucks isn't going to pay you when you're retired.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody caught on, but when he told you, you take from your life insurance fee and tax free, you buy your investment properties or your investment, whatever you want to do, invest with whatever you want to do, take that investment stuff as it's making its money, put it back into your life insurance. Again, non-taxable. You lost nothing. You lost nothing.
Yeah.
You can get so in depth with this, and you can call us. We'll give you links. But again, any insurance questions, definitely call Ethan. You want to invest? I'll show you how. But at the end of the day, the insurance side, you're calling him because I can't legally do it.
Yeah.
I will tell you why you should do it or how and why I do it, but I don't give financial advice.
No,
I just tell you you're an idiot when you don't take it.
I don't either. I just do insurance. That's
That's it.
That's all
That's
I do.
it.
Is
There's no
insurance.
financial advice, but at the end of the day, this was a big key in when I talked to you about coming on the show and stuff like that, because I'm so into insurance, life insurance, and how the wealthy made all their money and stuff. And coming from the streets, being homeless, being hungry, breaking into school to eat food and shower and do those things as a kid, just crazy stuff. Come from a really crazy home life when I had one, to seeing if anybody would have taught me a glimpse of this as a kid. They would say, you take that guy that's selling drugs or that guy that's doing that, and you put him in a wealthy neighborhood or a rich neighborhood or a good education, and he'll be a Fortune 500 company, CEO, whatever. They're not wrong, because this education is just something they don't give you. It's almost like they don't want you to know how to beat the system and get wealthy. It's weird, right?
But the thing is, it's not even beating the system.
No,
it's just
a system they created.
It's using your
wealthy.
resources around. It's talking to people, not being afraid to just pick up the phone and be like, "Hey, can we talk about this?"
Absolutely.
Because I guarantee you, everybody, we both do sales.
Yeah. If you're afraid to talk to people, you're afraid of the word no.
Yes.
Find something else to do. Go work 9 to 5. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Work 3 jobs. That's fine. If you're afraid to hear the word no and you take it personal because somebody doesn't get it the way you do, or somebody doesn't see the value in it, or they just don't want to buy anything because they're cheap, or if they really can't afford it, you can always find a way.
Yeah.
You could show people like this is how you get to the point where you can afford it. When COVID happened, I used to teach people about stocks, and I showed them everything from penny stocks to Tesla stocks to whatever, to Pfizer stocks.
Yeah.
I was giving away free advice. I was posting, hey, I'm buying at this. I'm selling at
I
this.
remember seeing that.
I didn't give them the advice, but I told them what I was doing.
Yeah.
Those that followed along made a killing. Those that didn't,
Exactly.
Again, if you're afraid to put up the money, you're afraid to put in the time, you're afraid of the word no, you need to step out of your comfort zone, or you're never going to get ahead. Nobody's going to give it to you. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, and that was the situation I was in. I was always that shy kid, going back to that.
Yeah.
And then I kind of got into uncomfortable situations where you just learn, like, it's all right. It's not. I can go and talk to anybody.
What's the worst that can happen?
Exactly.
In the city,
I'm gonna get told no.
most violent city.
Yeah,
that's different. Don't go just talking to random people at midnight.
Yeah,
talk to the right people.
Yeah.
Let's start with your family and friends. Go get educated. Get the certifications. When you needed to get into insurance, what did you have to do?
You have to pass an exam.
To test.
Yeah.
Just like anything else.
But it's an exam that they don't teach you in school.
Of course.
Because it's a separate. Same thing with real estate.
Yeah,
you go to a real estate.
They don't teach you anything wealth-wise in school.
They don't teach you that. Which
they want worker bees. They don't want. They don't want you taking over the high.
I do believe school is a very important part. Like for a lot of things.
Your basic math. You need math. You need English.
Yes.
You need to understand some history, even though they don't teach you the right history. But at the end of the day, you need to understand it. But at the end of the day, like,
it's not to be.
If I don't want to be an artist, why do I have to take art 2 years? I don't play sports. Not every kid plays sports. Why do I have to pass the gym? Let me focus on the things that I'm interested in and let me get ahead. Or give me these options to be better.
Yeah, and not only that, but it's going on not being dependent on that. And that's where at first I was very dependent on school. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to school for 4 years.
That's what we're taught.
Yes.
You have to be educated in order to get a good job.
Yes. It's all right.
To be wealthy, to get ahead, you have to be educated. I still don't have a degree.
Yeah, like I do believe that everybody.
A ton of credits everywhere.
yeah, trust me, I know.
Don't need them.
I know.
Don't care.
But like getting a degree, like it's awesome. Like you have that backbone.
It's an accomplishment. It's there. It's something to fall back on.
Absolutely, but I don't think it should be like, all right, let me go for 4 years and then stop and then get out and think that
so much
everything's
more just going through life and doing things than I do sitting there listening to somebody tell me how I should vote or tell me, this is why this. And it's like, I came here to learn this.
Yeah.
Why do you have me taking the history of rock and roll as one of my credits?
Yeah.
Why is that even a thing?
Yeah.
I'm not here for that.
Yeah.
How does that teach me economics? How does that teach me business management? How does that teach me marketing? I learned about marketing in the military and recruiting and selling myself and marketing what we had than I ever did in college.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I learned more about networking and sales and stuff like that than I ever
taught me
did.
how to build a spreadsheet. How many times I built a spreadsheet?
Not me. I built a lot of
I
spreadsheets.
don't. Yeah, but some people like that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I don't need them.
but it's following what you wanted.
Hey Siri. Done.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Set a reminder.
Yeah.
Post it. Like, today you don't need it. You don't need all of the nonsense.
Yes,
I try
I
to
do.
teach people,
I
be
believe that.
efficient, be effective.
Exactly. I mean, I believe that wholeheartedly because I'm a prime example of it.
Yeah.
Where it's, I saw it's business, so it's like let me go to school for 4 years.
Yeah.
All right, let's stop after 4 years.
Everything.
And
you
then
do is
go-
business.
yeah.
Everything you do is business.
Everything you
You
do.
can use that. It's so
Everything.
general. You can use it for everything.
Exactly. But after those 4 years, it's like, all right, I'm gonna go take another exam that I'm gonna have to study from a book from. Yes, I got the basics from it,
Yep.
but it's like, all right, I passed that exam. Great. Now what? Now you're gonna go to a job and go, hey, go find your clients.
Yep.
And now you go, do you have a book for that? How do I find my clients? You do it.
Life
That's
skills.
it. That's it.
Life skills
That's
that
it.
you learn along the way, getting off your phones, getting off social media, and going out and talking to people,
Yeah.
learning these jobs. Everybody's like, oh, I don't want to work for $15 an hour. I don't want to work for that. You're getting more than just the $15 an hour. First of all, if that's all you're qualified for is that entry-level job, you can't just come in and say, I'm going to be a CEO.
Yeah.
You don't get that, right? Because you don't have the education. You don't have the background. You don't have any of that. And again, I'm one of those people that education is great. You want to be a lawyer, you want to be a doctor, education is great. You want to just educate yourself to educate yourself. Be a doctor, a psychiatrist, whatever it is. You need that.
Whatever. Yeah.
You need that education. I'm all for that. But you don't need high education to be CEO of any business. All of them anyway. Some you do. It's just a requirement, but it doesn't mean that you're better than somebody else. You went to school. You showed up. I showed up. That's what I did. I wrote a paper on something that I had to read that was already written.
Yeah.
I'm just rewording everything that's in the damn book. Like,
That's
you're
true.
not really getting ahead, So for
That's-
me, the life experience that I had far outweighs my education.
Yes.
Far outweighs anything I've learned in school. Military schools, I've learned a lot more than I did in college.
Yeah. It's
Because it's actual skills you can use.
it's crazy, and like that's why I'm so fortunate of where I am now, because it's using life skills. It's saying like, oh yeah, let's go there, let's go there.
Yeah.
Stuff that I would be like, okay,
Yeah.
I would never learn. I would have never even thought to learn this until it actually happened to me.
Because the curriculum is just so dead set on this, and this. Just like MCAS testing. Oh, we're going to teach you how to take a test. We're going to teach kids how to take a test.
Yeah.
They don't need to learn how to take a test. They need to learn how to think outside the box. Math didn't change. Stop changing it.
Yeah.
The numbers still equal the same thing. You don't need a freaking mountain to climb up and climb down to teach people how to freaking add and subtract. Teach the kids the math so they can move forward, and actually show them how to use it to do their taxes.
Yes.
Show them how to use it to focus on their bank account, focus on balancing a budget, balancing a checkbook. Show them that.
Show them how to buy a home.
That's real math. Exactly. Show them what interest rates are. Show them those kind of things. They don't need the nonsense,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's my issue with the education system that we have. It's just so outdated, And nothing against teachers, nothing against that. Like, they teach within what they have. It's the system. The system is designed to make workers, not wealth. It's really what it's designed for.
That is very true. I mean, yeah, in many situations, yeah, we can both agree that not all. Because there's a lot.
Definitely not all.
Not all.
Definitely not all.
And like we have nothing wrong about going to school. Like, everybody should.
Of course,
If
you
have
need
the
to be educated. You need to be well
opportunity, go to
spoken. You
school.
need to learn how to read
Yeah,
and
like,
write
do
and
your thing.
type these days, I guess, because nobody writes anymore.
Yeah.
I don't teach cursive anymore.
Yeah, right.
But at the end of the day, you need to be educated, but forcing the same education year after year after year after year is not helping society.
No, but soaking up what's around you
Correct.
is making you a better person. It's
Mhm.
broadening your skills, your abilities, your everything.
But if what's around you, even as I walked into school, walked into one of the schools, and everything that's around them is negative. Even got news in the school. That's what's on the TVs. CNN. That's what we play around here. So CNN is what's on TV. What are you teaching these kids anything to watch that all day and listen to that all day?
Yeah.
It's all negative. It's all derogatory. It's all hearsay for the most part. It's crap 99% of the time.
Yeah.
And that's on all national level media
Right.
and all that nonsense.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's not teaching them anything.
No.
Put something up there productive. Put, there's so many motivational speakers that could be on all day long. There's a kid walking by
being bullied, because we know we don't have a problem with that in the city. You know, whatever. Just keep going. Just here's the motivational speaker on there. So isn't that better than being like, oh well, you know, it's not that. It's got to be that guy's fault because he's not one of us. And it's stop. Like we're not educating. Focus on getting these kids ahead. And I think this is a very important skill and a very important lesson in life. Insurance is everything. And I think this is definitely something that kids should be learning about.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think this is something all adults should be learning about because
you're 16, you get a car.
Yeah.
Do you even think about car insurance? I was like,
I know my daughter doesn't.
I was like,
pay it.
I have to pay this a month.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. You're driving a car now.
You hear that, Maddie?
Yeah. So it's kind of like you don't expect those things.
No, of course not.
Especially being so young, and insurance will always be a part of your life.
I didn't have a choice. How many times like I was broke growing up? Like I was trying to pay rent. I had a crappy car that I could afford. I paid $200 for it. It was a 78 Impala.
Yeah.
Had like big canary rust spots everywhere. It was great. But I'll tell you what, it got us to prom and it got us to skip class a lot. Yeah. So it'll fit all 18 of us in that thing. It was huge. Big bench seats. We all skipped school together. It was great. Don't do that. But at the end of the day, like that's what we did. You know, that's who we were.
Yeah.
And again, I felt the education system was failing me. I wasn't going to learn anything in school. You know, I learned a lot about history back then because they taught you actual history back then. Miss Coleman was amazing. Like she was that teacher, that tough love teacher. Like, you know, what the hell are you doing? Like your life already sucks and you want to ruin it more. You're like, yeah, you're right.
But it's a reality check.
It's a reality check, exactly. Yeah. But she was the only one who had the balls basically to tell me I was messing up. Yeah. You know, so I respect her a ton for that. Her, Miss Marshan, I can name 4 people off the top of my head that really got me to turn things around.
Yeah.
Barely passed high school.
I
was fighting all the time. I was in trouble all the time. You know, I stuck up for the kids that were getting picked on by the bullies because I was already angry. So fighting a bully was fine, you know. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I went to college and got a 4.0 GPA. But again, same thing. Like I found that it was just, you're not teaching me. You're telling me, read this, what somebody else wrote, write about what somebody else already wrote, and send it to you. You didn't teach me anything. You know what I mean? Like I didn't learn any life skills from that.
Let's apply it to something else.
Correct. Apply it. Show us how to apply it. Show us where to use it. Show us options. Yeah. They don't do that. They think you go to college and it's like, well, I'm going to go to college for, we'll say business, we'll say marketing, because that's originally what I started with was physics, and I went for marketing. I wanted to try to see both.
Physics and marketing?
I wanted to see both. Yeah, I wanted to see both. Well, I wanted to be an engineer.
Oh, I got you.
And then I realized I don't like math. Yeah. So unless it's money, I don't really care for math. And that's what it was. Like I could tell you why the wheel turns, how the wheel turns. I could diagram. I could do whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
You wanted me to do the equation to make it happen. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because again, I didn't really pay attention.
Right.
Like, I mean, so it wasn't for me.
Right.
Doing finite math, doing those things. Like I barely got by. Like I got a B in that class. I passed physics with an A. I have no idea how, because I know I was wrong at least 92% of the time, but I could explain what I was trying to do. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or maybe I could just bullshit really well. I don't know. Hey, but
you're good at both.
Listen, he was like 55 years old and Mr. King. I don't know if you've ever met him, but he'd skateboard into school, Converse, like the coolest old man I've ever met in my life. Yeah. He was all like, I wanted to be him. Yeah. You know, so, but I passed, but I found out really quick that wasn't for me. So I stuck more to the marketing side and the business side. I enjoy that. I enjoy the creativity. I enjoy the business side, the economic side. I enjoyed the money portion of that and trying to understand how to be more creative, how to get ahead. I like art. I like that stuff. Yeah. I started thinking about, whatever I can work for, maybe I can, go be a promoter. Maybe I could work with athletes. Maybe I could do whatever. You know what I mean? Like I had all these ideas in my head. I got to do something. Yeah. But I still had no idea what the hell I was going to do. Yeah. None. Yeah. And they don't teach you. They just figure you're in this program. You already know what you're going to do.
Yes.
Wrong answer.
And even going with athletes, right?
A 17-year-old kid knows what they're going to do.
I didn't. I thought I was going to be a physical therapist, and now I'm doing insurance.
I thought I was going to be in I thought I was going to be in LA, Vegas, Hollywood. Like I was going to be famous. That's what I thought I was going to be because I was just arrogant and going to do it. I was performing. I loved it, and that's what I was going to do. That didn't work out. Yeah. By the way, we're having a baby. U-turn.
Yeah. No, it's crazy stuff that you just kind of find yourself, and you find out what.
No babies, Jeff.
Yeah, and I mean, going back on the sports, we both huge sports guys.
Yeah, I love sports.
Huge sports.
Love sports.
I see life as, to big sports game, right?
Mhm.
You're essentially the quarterback, right?
Yeah.
You got your wide receivers. You
Or
have
you
your
could be,
offensive line.
on the bench. You
Yeah.
could be that guy.
Yeah, you could be the
it's a
first.
choice.
Yeah, it's a choice, but it's how you present yourself. It's how you make your efforts into everything.
Yeah.
And I'm the quarterback, so I'm going to snap the ball. And now who am I going to throw to? People that I trust the most, people that are going to make the most effort.
Yeah.
And that's where you guys are going to grow together.
Yeah. I'm not going to throw to the third string guy that doesn't want to play, that doesn't want to put in the effort.
Exactly.
Right. I'm going to help those that want to be helped.
Yeah, it's surrounding yourself with good people.
I try to help everyone, but some
Yes.
people you just can't. No matter how much you try, you just can't get to them.
You know, everybody talks about, I can't afford that. I can't do that. You can. It's the choices you're making in your current situation that are making it so you can't afford it. And that's your excuse saying, I don't have it. You do have it. It's where you decide to put it.
Yeah.
You know, you think I want to spend the amount of money I spend a month on life insurance? I don't.
No.
You think I wouldn't rather just go to the casino with that money? Of course I do. Vegas next week, by the way. No show. Don't bother tuning in because I'm not going to be here. I might be live in Vegas. That'll be a whole nother experience. But outside of that, don't worry about tuning in here because we won't be here. But seriously, like I'd rather take that money and go shopping and buy new sneakers for all my kids and stuff. You know, my son's obsessed with Jordans, and now the only way you can buy them is like at $400 a pop online because it's stupid. It's I have no idea why that's a thing. But whatever.
Yeah.
So you think I don't want to do that? Of course I do. Do I spoil my kids? Yes. But at the end of the day, I want to spoil them more. I want to pay off everything. I want to pay off my house in a year or 2 years.
Yeah.
Of course I do.
Yeah.
But I know what I'm doing for the short term and the long term through life insurance, especially. I know I have other investments. I have designs. I have all that other stuff coming. I have the studio. I do all this stuff. I love to be creative. I love to just do. I can't sit still. I get bored easily, and then I start getting in trouble, and it's not a good thing. So keep me entertained.
Yeah.
I don't entertain you. You entertain me.
Yeah.
But I'd love to spend that money.
Yeah.
It's choices.
Yes.
It's choices.
It's, do I buy that investment property or do I just have that money sitting in the bank?
I'd rather buy the investment property. Because here's the thing. At least I tried.
Yes.
If I leave my money in the bank, eventually that bank's going to, always that bank's going to lend on your money and make all the profit off it. You're not. They're not going to pay you a profit. You can leave $10,000 in the bank. In your lifetime, that money's never going to double. If I leave $10,000 in life insurance, in 7 years, it's most likely going to double, if not more. And then in 7 years from there, that's going to double. That's called compounding, right? All right.
Same thing.
Rule of 72,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. You go back on the
So-
properties, investment properties.
Just
right?
let it keep going.
You buy an investment property. 10 years down the line, that's already cash flowing for you. Great. Let me buy another one.
Yeah.
Let me buy another one.
I just
Let me buy
sold
another
mine.
Yeah.
We just sold it. I bought it with 4 friends.
Yeah.
I explained to them. Everybody give me $5,000. 5 of us went in with $25,000. Started the business, rehabbed the property, and put the down payment on the property. A year later, we made $104,000.
Yeah.
Your $5,000 turned into $21,000, $10,000 after paying realtor to do all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Home
you got
insurance,
fees, you got all those things. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you more than doubled your money.
Yeah.
In a year.
Exactly. And that's
just by taking a chance and investing little money together.
It's not only that. All you have
Try.
to do is just try and talk to people, because we're all willing to help. You go to any mortgage lender. They'll go, this is not the time.
Yeah.
Let's do X, Y, and Z so we can make it the time.
Exactly.
You come to me, hey, I'm looking at a property. Can you give me an estimate?
If they tell you this property is not going to benefit you and it's not going to be worth it because you're going to lose money, there are lenders that won't do that, and they're just here to make money. I'll tell you right now, working with Dave, that hey, listen, you don't want that property. You want something in this price range based on these rates. So he breaks that stuff down for these people. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, find somebody you can trust when it comes to that stuff. But it's reality.
It's asking. It's not. Don't be afraid to ask.
Everybody, they'll watch a YouTube video. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm good. I watch a TikTok video. They taught me everything I need to know about investing in 30 seconds. It's great.
Yeah.
You learn a lot. You do. You learn who to follow, but you got to follow those people in depth. You got to follow their track history. Not just the good times. There were bad times too. They've lost money too. You got to follow that. You got to pay attention to that.
Yeah. I mean, you look at even flood insurance, right? The stuff that people are like
of insurance.
I need flood insurance. It's like, yes, you need flood insurance, right? But why is it different? Right? You go look it up and you can look it up before I got into the industry, and being able to sell and produce flood insurance.
Yep.
I was like, I don't even know what that is. I thought that was all in one. But it's completely different. And all
Yep.
it takes is literally to call me and be like, hey, I'm looking at this house. Do I need flood
Is it in
insurance
a flood
for this?
zone?
Is it in a flood zone?
Exactly.
That's it.
What's the percentage?
And I go, let me just take a look for you. Yes, no. If it's yes, here's the price estimated about this.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. At least you know that.
And honestly, you can probably see what they were already paying right then and there.
Yes.
Like, this is what they're currently paying. They just put the house in the market. This is what they paid last year. So it's pretty relevant to
Yeah,
where
that's
it
that's
is, you know
and
what I
that's
mean?
when you talk to
Yeah,
your
rates
realtors.
go up, rates go down, things like that. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that's the average of it. So there's always a way to see it.
Yeah.
But call an agent, call somebody that's a professional. They're not going to charge you for asking questions.
No, that's what we're here for.
Ask the questions.
It's our job.
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I got a better quote from Geico. Cool. Did they show up when you needed them? That's the difference, you know? I'd rather have that, like, hey, this needs to be fixed right now. I know where you work.
Yeah.
I'd rather call that guy because I'm coming to your office if I don't have a check in hand
Yeah.
to fix this because my family now has no roof or my house is flooded. We need a hotel. We need you know what I mean? So I'd rather have that person-to-person experience.
Yeah.
And I genuinely believe that they know to be there because it's their livelihood too. You know,
Yes.
you go to these online places, it's like, yeah, okay, we'll send somebody out in a week or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get ahead.
Yeah. No, exactly. And it's being a family. It's one big family. Is
Yeah.
what it is.
Would you recommend this over any other business that you're aware of right now?
But
Insurance.
interest,
Like
absolutely.
if you could do something else right now,
Yeah.
would you?
No, in
You
all
like it that
honesty,
much, right?
I like it that much because when I get a client that's first time buying a home,
Yeah.
referral from a mortgage lender that I work with,
Yeah.
right? And they're like, hey, they told me to call you.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, awesome. No, you're in great hands with them,
Yeah.
whoever it is. Let's work on the home insurance. I have no idea what you need. It's all right, no problem. And then to see that close,
Yeah.
that property close, that's kind of like, wow, I helped not only a family, I
Yeah.
helped everybody else in this
And
process.
that's a big purchase. It's a big decision. It's a big responsibility.
It's a lot, and especially somebody's home that their first time they're buying a home to be like, I was a part of that process. I helped them out.
It's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's how I feel about all my soldiers that I saw didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
And then they went through college. Now they're doctors. Now they're lawyers. I love
You
that.
never know.
To get to see a finished product almost. you know?
Exactly.
It's like I worked on this.
Exactly.
Here we are.
Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'll have my daughter come sit with you. Maybe she'll like it.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll like it.
Maybe.
She's a hustler. She's a workaholic. She's a senior in college. You know, she's just got to figure out what she wants to do.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. That's
Okay.
all it is. That's all it is. Follow
So-
hard. That's it.
Coming up on the end here. I know we touched on the life insurances and those kind of things, and we're gonna sit and we're gonna actually have an in-depth show. I'm gonna have you. I want you, boss. I want everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I want all the information.
Yeah.
And that's just me wanting more for my family.
Asking questions.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
and,
it.
and honestly, I want more for you. I want more for you and your families.
Yeah.
Because the less you rely on someone else to get you ahead, the better off you're going to be. And if we can teach our kids that and build on that, you're talking generational wealth building. That's what I want people to learn. I want people to learn how to get off the system. I want people to learn that, when the government says we're here to help, they're not here to help. Run. Take care of yourselves, but educate yourselves, learn. And hopefully, this reach somebody. It's like, hey, that doesn't sound like a bad career. I was going to ask you, what kind of commission rates are there, things like that. But we'll
All varies. It all varies.
Yeah, we'll
It
leave all the
varies.
personal information out of
Yeah.
it. That's just me wanting to know because I'm nosy.
Yeah. Exactly.
If there's money to be made, I'm going to find a way. So there's that. But outside of that, talk to the people. Tell them what they need to know. Tell them who you are, how to reach you, and how to get ahead.
Yeah. So, Ethan Carreiro, Lapointe Insurance. I specialize in home insurance, but we do everything from business, auto, life insurance. You name it. You guys can always email me. Yeah, literally, or call us anytime. I'll drop my number down in the comments.
Yeah.
And then people can always reach out anytime. Happy to answer any questions. If you're buying a home, anything, shopping out for new insurance, just trying to see if you can get save some money here or there, or just being like, hey, am I good here?
Compare rates,
Yeah.
compare coverages.
You never know. You never know until you look and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't cost you anything to just compare. Doesn't
Little
cost
bit
you
of
anything
time.
to get a quote. All it is just be like, oh yeah, oh I'm good here, peace of mind, and you're like, all right, I'm good where I am. I'm actually in the best position price wise for coverages and everything, so we're good.
I like it. All right. So the number will be posted. He'll put it in the comments. I know it'll be on all the pages.
Yep.
Courtney will take care of the phone number and take care of all that in a post. Courtney does it.
Oh,
all.
she's already.
I pretend to do everything.
She's
but
already
I
ahead of the
don't.
game.
Courtney does it.
She already,
all.
she already knows what we're gonna say next. That's why.
Yeah, absolutely. Courtney does everything. Courtney's like, crap, is he done? Crap,
Yeah.
I don't know. Wait, do I press it now? I don't know. I don't know. Wait, do it. Yes, you can press it, Courtney. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for joining. And we won't see you next week, but we'll see you when we get back. And we got a really good guest coming on, and we're going to address some real issues, especially with our youth and stuff like that. So I look forward to that. Have a good night.
Thanks again, Boomer.
Numbers right there. Best month ever, boss.
I know,
Whoa,
but
what?
tomorrow is a new month. Back to zero. And with all the nice inventory I have that you criticize me about for buying around Christmas time,